Hello, Mideastern Hoops. I'm Coach Bryan Poore. I'm the head basketball coach here at West Virginia State University. We're a Division II school right outside of Charleston, West Virginia. I've been the head coach here for 15 years. This is home for me, and I think it'd be a great program for you. First thing you got to look at is academics. Because if they're not eligible, then they're not going to do us any good. So you've got to look at academics and make sure that they've got the test scores or the transfer credits or whatever we need. After that, I really look for character. I want good people in our program, and because I think if you surround yourself with enough good people, then you're going to be successful. There's plenty of good basketball players out there. You can find good athletes and good basketball players, but we want kids that's academically sound and good character that are going to come in here and represent the program well. We're probably the most unique thing that not very many people know. The first African American to ever play in the NBA played right here at West Virginia State. A guy by the name of Earl Lloyd, and he's a true friend of mine. He's 85 years young now, still living down in Crossville, Tennessee, but he developed his game here, played for the Washington Capitals. October 31st, 1950 was the first game that he played in. So that makes us very unique. No other school in the country can say that. But I think we've got a great program here. We've got, it's a Division II small school, but we've also got a city. Charleston is, a decent-sized city that's got airport, bus station, train station, and malls and movie theaters and restaurants and things to do. So we're not out in rural West Virginia. I think, like I say, I think we've got a great situation, not only program but school. Well, you always got to get in the weight room, physically, so that they can get prepared for the, physicality of the college game. So they definitely need that. And you've really got to work on your skills. Today's kids, in my mind, they play pickup a lot, but they don't get in the gym and really work on, their ball handling, on their shooting, and really develop their skills, which is what you need at the college level, because everybody's a good athlete here. Now you've got to have the skills to match that. So that's on the basketball court. And then, academically, you've got to have a self-discipline to where that you're going to be able to get up and go to class every day, because your mom's not here to wake you up and get you there. You've got to wake yourself up and get to class. And you've also got to have an organizational skill to where that, when your assignments are due, because the teachers on the college level are not mothers, and they're not reminding you every day when your assignments are due, and so you've got to have an organizational skill as well. I already mentioned that, and I think it's one of the most important things, because in this day and time, you want your program represented well outside of the basketball arena. And so we really look at character. We talk to coaches, we talk to AU coaches, we talk to community people, we talk to as many people as we can around our recruits to get a real good feel of what they are as a person, because again, as much time as you spend with each other on the road and on the practice floor and in study halls and in everything else, I want good kids around me that I enjoy being around. Absolutely. Without an education, I'm not sure what you're going to do. And, we've all had dreams of NBA. But, that is the elite of the elite. And it takes a special player to make the NBA. And, I'm not going to ever tell a kid he can't do it. But I've got to be honest with them and make sure that they understand that you better have a backup plan. And that's college education and getting a degree and, getting that piece of paper that's going to open some doors for you. Oh, absolutely. I try to tell our guys during the summer especially, that's when you develop your game. And in our meetings with them before they leave for the summer, I try to tell them for every 1 hour of playing pickup, they should work on their individual skills at least 2, but probably 3 hours. for a 1 hour pickup game. Because, in a 1 hour pickup game, you're going to have the ball in your hands for maybe 3 or 4 minutes total. The rest of the time, you're playing some defense and, running, cutting, whatever. But if you take that hour and you spend that hour with just you and the ball in the gym, your skills are going to get developed so much better. And then when you get back to school, that's when you start working on your team concepts and put it all together. I think one intangible, I could probably list a couple, but if I think it's one intangible, I want to say effort. And this is what I try to teach our guys is it's a sustained effort, because you get guys that will play hard this possession, or play hard when they have the ball, or play hard when their guy has the ball. But you've got to, in the game of basketball, because there's, it's flowing so quickly up and down the court, you've got to be able to sustain your effort at a maximum level for however long you can play in there. So, we really, especially the way we play, pressing and running, you've got to have guys that can sustain maximum effort. Like I say, it's an organizational skill that you've got to have. We try to talk to our guys as much as we can about doing what you need to do first and then do what you want to do after that. And, if they can get that and do your needs first, and then you have plenty enough time to do your wants. But, a lot of times kids want to do what they want to do first, and then all of a sudden it's crunch time and my paper's due in 2 hours and I can't get it done, and now it's late, and so now you don't even get an opportunity to get full credit. So, do what you need to do and then do what you want to do. The most enjoyable part is the relationships that you build with your players. And, I've been in this for a few years now, so I've got a few former players. And it's always good to hear from them when they come back to see you, when they call you, when they shoot you an email or a text message, and, and you see them raising families, and you feel like you've had a part of their development as a person. And so that would probably be the most enjoyable part. We all like to win and like to win championships, and I've won a few of those myself, but the relationships you build are the most important thing. The most difficult thing probably might go hand in hand is to get the guys to understand while they're here how important that is. And so a lot of times they take my discipline, my checking on them, my demanding of them as, I'm punishing them, or, and I'm sometimes viewed as the enemy. And really, I try to tell them, I'm on your side, man. I'm just doing this to make you better. And sooner or later, they all get it. Some of them get it while they're here, and some of them get it 2 or 3 years later after they've left school, and then they understand. So the sooner they get it, the better, they'll be. We press and run and play fast. We want to average between 85 and 95 points a game. We press, 40 minutes a game. And so to do that, you need athletic, versatile players, and you need depth. And so, because we want to play 9 or 10 or 11 guys, and we try to wear down our opponent. I really like to let players make plays. I don't try to control players. I try to give them some principles and some ideas and some things that we're looking for. And then on game day, man, they need to go out there and perform. And so that's what we've done in the past, and it's a fun style of play. And most kids say, "Oh, I want to play that way. I want to play that way," but they have to understand the effort that it takes to really play that way. It looks fun, but it's really hard to again sustain that maximum level of effort to be successful in that style of play. Philosophy, yeah, like I say, you're looking at character and academics first, but then you've got to look to make sure the guy fits your needs. And if you can't have 5 point guards out here, so you've got to have some shooters, or as I like to call them, makers. because I was a shooter. I just couldn't make it. So I want makers, and we've got to have good point guard play, and then you've got to have some bigs that are versatile and can guard smaller and can guard bigger, but are athletic enough to get up and down and play our style. So you've got to get people that fit your needs within your philosophy. It probably goes all the way back to my high school days. And when I was a high school player, they let the high school team coach the midget league teams in our area. And so my sophomore, junior, and senior years, I got a taste of coaching. And I just kind of fell in love with it at that time. And probably helped a little bit that I won the championship 2 out of 3 of those years. So that helped. But I love the game. I love being around young players and student athletes and developing those relationships, and because those are lifelong things. And the thing that I like about coaching is every day's different. Within my job, every day's different, and so I really don't feel like I have a job. I feel like I get paid to do my hobby, and so it's been tremendously enjoyable.